everyone, welcome to the DINI International Chess Championship 2024, which is the first edition ever of DINI International Tournament and one of the biggest chess tournament that is held this year in Sri Lanka. And yeah, also more than 150 players from more than 11 countries participating, all the Grandmasters, International Masters, FIDE Masters, Canada Masters, um, to fight the title of a winner, and then the prize fund in the total amount of two 20,000 US dollars. So it's really a prestigious event here, and also this is the first time ever of tournament in Sri Lanka to have for foreign master as a commentator. So I can say it's my honor to be here doing the commentary and the game recaps. So we will start doing the game recaps from the round four. Uh, the game of Grandmaster Goshdeep Tayan versus Grandmaster Nikitenko Mihan. So let's see what happened in the game. E4, C6, D5. Knight takes F3, Bishop F5, Queen A5 check, Bishop D2, Bishop D2, Queen B6, Castle E6, Knight E5, Queen threatening Knight E5 to C7, Rook E1 defending the knight. Uh, I always like knight on the center. I just think that it's looks so convenient for white, and it's in the center, and it can easily like having a control of the squares nearby, such as d7, f7, and maybe in the future white can create problems such as g4, and g5, and even if bishop plays to d6 as what was played in the game, we can always define with bishop c3 or maybe bishop f4, and it's still good for white. I mean, it's nearly equal in this current position, but of course, white has a little bit more of initiative um, because the knight and the space advantage that white has. But okay, knight going to c4, bishop e7, bishop f4, it's quite expected. Queen d8, knight goes back to e5, h6, queen e2. Okay, as we can see here, something is going on. Something is about to happen. White threat is of course to move g4, and then knight takes f7. Okay, so but it would happen if black doesn't do anything. But now, of course black is aware of white's ideas. So castling was played. Rook a d1, developing the pieces to the center. Knight d7. Knight goes back to f3. Knight f6. c4. Bishop b4. Rook goes back to f1 because the blocking it with bishop or knight. I think white doesn't really. I mean, we can because the d3 would be hanging. Bishop d6. Queen e7. d4. Mm-hmm. Well, in this position, I would say, of course, white has more initiative. Everything is there, and maybe, but it's of course hard because queen can always protect the king side quite easily there with exchange it maybe to queen g5 later on, or maybe queen d6 or queen f6. So it's already harder here because the pieces are getting to become less. So whenever there are less pieces on the board, it's harder to create some attacks. Bishop c2, c1. Okay, white is a little bit of trying here. Okay. Um, it's the end of the game, and I think the players agreed for draw in this position. Okay, so this is it from from the board one of round four, and we will take a look at another game, maybe one more game. Let's see, Grandmaster Savchenko Boris playing against Grandmaster Barsov Alexei. Let's see what happened in the game. d4 was played, d5, c4, e6, knight f3, c6, e3, knight f6, knight f3, knight d7, queen c2, bishop d6, b3, still on the book, still all theory. E4, takes, queen e4, rook e8, rook b2, queen c2, queen h4, knight f8, c5, bishop e7, queen h5, bishop f6, rook ac1, rook ad8. Okay, now let's take a look at. Okay, c5 is creating a statement that it's like, I want to attack and I want to open up my diagonal. And bishop goes to e7, which I think white still holds the initiative, and queen f4, bishop a6, bishop takes a6, queen takes a6, c takes b6. Okay, this is what happened now. Of course, the idea of c5 since the very beginning is to open up the c file later on, and now this is happening. After a takes b6, a2 is hanging, c6 also hanging. So what white did was, of course, um, defending the a pawn first because c6 is already very weak anyways, and I white can always pressure the c6 pawn and can get it later, but so that's why white decided to just move to play the pawn on a first to defend. c5, bishop c3, c4, queen goes back to e2, queen a8, b takes c4, queen takes a4. A little bit of exchange here that is changing all the pawn structures in the queen side. Queen takes a4, rook b1, rook c8, rook b4, queen a3. It's equal, and both players are pushing, trying their best to find the slightest weakness in the position. Queen b2, queen a8, knight d2, bishop d8, rook a1, queen c6. Okay, white is keep on creating initiatives and initiatives. Oftentimes, and this is a really good, quite a good way of playing, because you have to create something, you have to create initiative, you have to create problems during the game. h5, it's okay. h4 is coming, I believe, of course. e7, rook b3, knight f5, c5, e5, d takes e5, queen takes c5. It's really wild. It's getting opened and open, and I'm not sure how to feel about this, but it's equal, and um, but white has this very strong bishop on c3, which having like a strong contact of the g7 pawns, strong diagonal there. So black has to be really careful, and also white also has to be careful in case there will be something coming. Knight goes to f1, queen c4, rook back to a3, rook 6 a3. I think I think I think queen a2 was a better could be a better move because it can protect everything here. The bishop on c3 is defended. Also the rook on b3 and the rook on a6. But what happened here with rook with rook 6 a3 is bishop e7, and now um, these things are coming. Bishop e7, bishop b4, knight d4, and then and I'm pretty sure it was a blunder. The game ends here. After knight e3, I think okay, I think yes. So I think after knight e3, right after playing knight e3, white resigns because obviously many things coming up. Like now that the knight is on d4, queen can easily just come here, takes, exchange everything, and then take the exchange up. Oh, sorry. Yes, like this, and it's already it's already quite easy for black. But let's see if there is like a better choice for black to play after knight e3. Yeah, but this is of course a blunder, and it all started from rook 6 a3, and everything just becomes it's turned upside down. This still can be saved by queen a2, you know, but yeah, white made a blunder. So this is what happened in the game, and yes, quite painful for white because after the fighting game and after all the initiative that white has, it has to be ended by um, by some blunders. But this is chess. So yes, this is it for the second game of recap in round four from Grandmaster Baslov Alexei versus Grandmaster Savchenko Boris. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. See you on the next recap, and follow us on social media because in the meantime, we do a lot of contents. I also interviewing all the players, all the parents. That is why I don't really have time for a live commentary. So all I can do is just recap because there are so many things to do in this tournament, and everything is very interesting. So yeah, see you on the next video, and thank you so much for watching.